Hey guys, how's it going? Tony Sek over here. Into this video, I'm going to be talking about the 4 different type of identities that your attractive character can have, right? So in one of my past videos, I talked about the 4 elements that your character needs, that your attractive character needs to have, right? And those elements were a backstory, talking in parables, you know, the flaws, reflect the character flaws, and take advantage of the polarity that that character might cause, right? If you want to learn more about those, like I said, you can watch one of my past videos. The link is going to be in the description below, where I talk, where I talk thoroughly and in a deeper level regarding these elements, right? But today I'm going to be talking about the 4 different type of identities, starting by the first identity, which is the leader, right? So the leader normally, takes their audience from one place to another, right? The leader tends to share the same backstory with their audience, or a very similar backstory with their audience, which means that the leader, experiences the same struggles, the same setbacks, the same pitfalls as their audience, right? Or as the audience are currently experiencing, right? But the leader, and normally this is in the in most cases, the leader already achieved certain results, through that journey where he or she, experience certain struggles, like I said, pitfalls, setbacks that are very similar to the ones that their audience are currently experiencing, right? And an example of this would be, a person that used to be, overweight, but like extremely overweight, and now is, skinny, and now is fit and healthy, right? That's a very good example, because that person lived, and experienced the struggles of, maybe, eating anxiously, or having a lot, psychologically speaking, having a lot of difficulties, controlling the amount of the quantities and the type of foods he or she used to consume, or the hustle and really, the hustle and the struggle of, doing exercise and following a diet, and the way, he or she felt when they had to just, leave a certain type of food on one side, right? All of that, that leader sharing that experience, that losing weight experience with their audience, is going to make their audience really relate to that hero. Why? Because they are suffering from the exact same thing, and they want to find a solution to that, right? So that would be the identity that goes by the name of the leader, right? The second identity will be the adventurer or crusader, right? So this tends to be a very curious, attractive character that doesn't always have all the answers, but wants to embark on a journey to discover truth, wants to, start and head off on this journey to learn and to discover the truth as he or she, goes, right? As he or she experiences that journey, right? And the main thing they do is they bring all those treasures and all those lessons they've learned, back and share them with their audience, right? And I think it's a very, personally, I think it's a very good identity. It's a very good identity for those who are maybe starting, or for those who are really, mostly passionate about something, and simply, want to do it and share everything that they're learning, throughout the way with their audience, right? So that's basically what the adventurer or crusader does, right? Goes on a journey, on an adventure to discover the truth, and comes back with the treasures, basically the lessons learned, and shares them with his or her audience, right? That's the adventurer or crusader. The third type of identity is the reporter / evangelist, right? So, normally this identity fits with a person that, doesn't know much about the niche they're getting into. They don't have that much knowledge or experience, but they have a strong desire to learn, right? So what do? They start interviewing, hundreds and sometimes even thousands of people that are related to their niche, that have been, that have experienced tons of different struggles, failures, lessons, victories, that they've been through the path that the reporter or the evangelist, wants to follow, right? Wants to create. Because that's the thing, the reporter and evangelist doesn't have that path defined yet, but they have, like I said, a strong desire to define it. And it's very interesting because, by interviewing these hundreds or even, like I said, thousands of people that are related to the niche that the attractive character is interested in, that teaches that attractive character very valuable lessons and, experiences, stories and things that they can share with their audience. And also it's a very good way, it's a very good way to get into this online business universe. Like I said, if you're not very experienced, or you don't know any, or you know very little about the niche you're getting into, right? And the good thing about this is that it increases not only the knowledge but also the credibility of that attractive character, right? Why? Because there is this saying that, I still remember it to this day. I remember this one guy once said, you are the what's the name? You're the average, you're the average of the people you surround yourself with, right? What do I mean by this? Basically, if you surround yourself of, high profile people, of people that are working and hustling every single day, and that they're really they're crushing it on their respective niches, they're crushing it on that thing that you want to crush, and they're just, they're making it, right? Other people are going to start perceiving you as such. They're going to start perceiving you as an successful, entrepreneur, as a successful, hustler, as a successful dream chaser and worker. It's why? Because you're always surrounded with people, and you're always interviewing people that are very interested, that are, like I said, related to the niche that you want to get into, but also people that are, like I said, are very experienced and have learned tons of very valuable things, right? And the final type of identity for your attractive character would be the reluctant hero. Now, the reluctant hero the reluctant hero is very interesting because this hero has a very humble approach and hates attention, hates the spotlight. He or she wants to avoid the spotlight as much as possible, right? But the thing here is that reluctant hero recognizes and knows that all the lessons learned, all the secrets that they have, and all the knowledge they've accumulated throughout their journey is worth sharing, and they have the moral duty to do so, to overcome that shyness, get into the uncomfortable spotlight and share those valuable lessons and secrets with the world, because they know that other people deserve to know what they've learned throughout the way, right? So guys, that's been it for today's video, right? That's basically it. To summarize the 4 different types of identities: the leader, the adventurer, crusader, the reporter or evangelist, and the reluctant hero, right? 4 different types of identities, right? With each identity has its own traits, and it's very important that you identify with the one that you feel most comfortable with, but also with the one that really identifies more, that you feel more identified with, right? In the case that you are that attractive character, right? So, well, in my particular case, I feel more identified with the adventure crusader identity, right? Because I'm very curious, I'm going through this online business journey, learning every single day, sharing the lessons I learn and all the knowledge that I start, accumulating with you guys, right? And I really like it, and I'm very passionate about it. And I really, feel that sharing these lessons and sharing the things that I learn along the way is something that, you know, not only is extremely valuable for you guys, but it's also for me because I learn even more, right? So yeah, I would identify myself as an adventurer slash crusader. So yeah, guys, that's been it for this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, guys, you know, I'm creating a free private Facebook group, this, you know, this community with, you know, like-minded people just like you and me that are sharing their experiences, you know, and also that I'm also sharing, you know, valuable content there, tips, tricks, things that I learn along the way. And like I said, if you're interested and want to learn more, you know, if you're starting an online business from scratch, or even already have an online business but want to scale it, you know, you can join. So yeah, guys, that's been it for this one. Take care and keep on hustling.